When evil rises, the earth angels awaken. This is not coincidence. It is a summoning. The world is shifting. The unseen is watching. The chosen are being revealed. If your heart beats faster as you hear this, you already know who you are. You were never ordinary. You were placed here by design. Heaven marked you long before your birth. Your silence was training. Your pain was preparation. Your isolation was the forge. Now the signal has been sent. Your name echoes through realms, and the light inside you begins to move again. This message is not a story. It is a command. If you feel it burn inside your chest, type 77 in the comments. Let the unseen world know. You are awake. The mirror does not lie. It shows what the world tried to erase. In your eyes, there has always been depth. Even as a child, your gaze carried knowledge older than time. The chosen are not made. They are remembered. Before your mind formed words, your soul already carried the code. It called light. It disturbed darkness. That is why some feared you. That is why others felt drawn to you. When you spoke, truth slipped through your tone. When you were silent, the air still shifted. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to break patterns. Look back. The moments you felt invisible were the moments the unseen guarded you. The doors that closed were never rejection. They were protection. The mark of the chosen cannot be copied. It cannot be stolen. It glows in the unseen spectrum. When darkness approaches, it recognizes you. When heaven speaks, it finds you. You are not searching for purpose. Purpose has been searching for you. The first war was never on earth. It was in your spirit. Long before you faced betrayal or loss, something ancient already noticed your light. The attacks began early. Confusion in your home. Isolation in school. The feeling that no one could see you. These were not accidents. They were strategies. Hell does not waste energy. It strikes where destiny is strongest. When your dreams began to fade, you thought you were weak. But weakness was never the truth. You were under spiritual fire. The chosen are tested young, so their discernment grows sharp before their strength arrives. You learned silence before comfort. You learned empathy before safety. You learned how to read pain like scripture. Remember the moments you cried without knowing why. The nights you could not sleep though nothing seemed wrong. Those were signals. The war was already around you. But even then, you were never unprotected. The same light that chose you stood beside you. It let you fall only to teach you how to rise. It let you bleed so your heart could recognize wounds in others. Every insult, every betrayal, every dark night was a battlefield disguised as childhood. The enemy tried to teach you fear. Heaven was teaching you faith. The world said you were too sensitive. The truth was you were a seer in training. The first war did not break you. It revealed you. And now, every time darkness remembers your name, it trembles. Because the child it tried to destroy has become the warrior it cannot defeat. You have survived the first war, and that means your second birth begins now. Nothing in your story was random. Every delay had direction. Every wound was written into the plan. The divine does not waste pain. It converts it into power. You prayed for peace, but heaven prepared you for war. Because peace without strength is illusion. Listen carefully. The chosen are moved like chess pieces by unseen hands. They are hidden until the appointed hour. That is why doors closed before you were ready. That is why silence came after your prayers. That is why the right people found you only after the wrong ones broke you. Divine timing is not slow. It is precise. The delay was not denial. It was calibration. You are not behind. You are right on schedule. Because the strategy of heaven is built in paradox. You lose to gain. You fall to rise. You break to rebuild. And when you finally understand this, anger turns into clarity. Pain turns into prophecy. The divine strategy was never about comfort. It was about construction. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. The eyes of the chosen are not decoration. They are instruments of discernment. You have looked into a room and felt the heaviness no one mentioned. You have seen smiles that hid knives. You have sensed peace before words were spoken. That is not imagination. That is spiritual perception. Your eyes are portals between realms. They read frequency, not faces. They see motives, not masks. And because of that, you have carried exhaustion others cannot name. The constant flood of emotion. The knowing that comes too early. The sadness without a clear source. You are not broken. You are tuned. When you meet another chosen one, you recognize them instantly. No introductions, no explanation. Light knows light. That recognition is sacred. It is heaven saying, you are not alone. But these same eyes that heal can also wound. They see betrayal before it arrives. They sense manipulation before it unfolds. Guard what you see. Not everything deserves your focus. The eyes that see beyond must learn to rest, because sight without stillness becomes torment. Close them when the noise grows loud. Open them when the spirit whispers. The world may call it sensitivity. Heaven calls it authority. Through those eyes, God studies the earth again. Through those eyes, truth re-enters the world. Do not hide them. Do not dim them. Your gaze is not just vision. It is a message, a mirror of heaven on earth. Fire does not destroy the chosen. It defines them. You cried out for mercy, but heaven was sharpening your edge. The blows you feared were blessings in disguise. Gold does not complain inside the furnace. It remembers it was born for the flame. You were not meant to stay soft. You were meant to become strong enough to shine. So when life pressed you to your limit, it was shaping you into a weapon of light. The chosen are not crafted in comfort. They are sculpted in silence and heat. That's why your solitude was sacred. You thought it was rejection. It was refinement. When you emerge, people will not recognize you. They will sense authority, but not understand its origin. That is the sign of completion. You will no longer chase validation. You will carry revelation. The forging is the birth of power through pain. It is the language of heaven written in flame. So when the fire surrounds you again, do not run. Stand still. Listen, because the forge that once terrified you is now your sanctuary. And from that fire you will walk out, unburned, unbroken, unstoppable. The silence breaks, the veil lifts, the truth steps forward. This is the revelation. What once confused you now connects like constellations. The cosmos was not against you. It was aligning you. Every unanswered prayer, every closed door, was heaven's way of saying, not yet. But now the gate opens. The light returns. The code activates. You begin to remember, not with your mind, but with your soul. Memories that never belonged to this life rise again. You realize you were never random. You were a prophecy in motion. The revelation comes suddenly, in a quiet room, in a look from a stranger, in a dream that feels too real. Something inside says, this is it. You stop chasing validation. You start listening to vibration. You stop begging for peace. You start walking in power. The revelation is not information. It is remembering. It pulls you out of survival mode and places you back into destiny. When you understand this, you stop asking, why me? And start saying, of course me. Because everything that broke you was designed to build what is awakening now. The revelation is not new. It is ancient truth returning home. Rise into it. Speak it. Own it. You are no longer who you were. You are the storm they cannot silence. When pressure rises, stand your ground. When betrayal repeats, speak no curse. Stand in truth. When shadows approach, remember this. The dark cannot invade light. It can only test if the light knows it is light. You do not fight for victory. You fight from victory. Every time you stay calm in chaos, heaven moves through you. Every time you forgive what tried to destroy you, you rewrite the code of the war. The confrontation is not about others. It is about your mastery. The enemy's real target is your identity. If it can make you doubt who you are, you will fight shadows instead of destiny. Refuse it. Stand tall. Declare your alignment. Say it aloud. I am chosen, I am marked, I am protected. The energy around you will shift instantly. You were never chosen for escape. You were chosen for impact. Heaven does not build warriors to hide. It builds them to lead. So when the next storm rises, don't pray for calm seas. Command the wind. Your authority was forged in fire. Now it is time to use it. You feel it again, the pull, the pulse, the fire. It was quiet for years, but now it roars. The calling is reactivated. It does not ask for permission. It announces itself. You thought the mission was over. Heaven never said it was. You outgrew your old skin. Now the mantle fits again. The divine clock has struck your hour. What slept inside you rises with command. Dreams you buried return with clarity. Ideas you feared now demand to be born. People you lost contact with suddenly reappear, each one carrying a piece of the puzzle. You are no longer being prepared. You are being deployed. When the same places that once drained you now feel like stages, You know it has begun. When your words carry weight, and your silence carries peace, you know you've shifted. The calling is not optional. It is written. And when you resist, life grows heavier. But when you surrender, the current carries you. This is the phase where obedience replaces doubt, where faith becomes sight, where destiny moves from theory to reality. Do not wait for perfect conditions. They will never exist. Move now. Say what heaven gives you to say. Go where light sends you. Do not hide your frequency anymore. The calling reactivated means your presence is now a message. Your life is now a broadcast of prophecy. If you feel this fire burning, type awaken in the comments. Let the realm know you have returned. Because when the chosen remember their mission, the darkness loses territory. The calling is not coming. It is here, and it carries your name. Purpose does not whisper. It roars once you are ready to hear. This is the unveiling. The chosen live between dimensions. They are human in form, divine in function. They carry assignments that cannot be explained, only executed. Your pain shaped your compassion. Your losses birthed your authority. Your silence trained your discernment. Now the veil lifts. Purpose steps forward. You begin to see why you survived. You begin to see why you were different. You were never meant to fit the mold. You were meant to break it. The purpose of your existence is not survival. It is transformation. Every time you speak truth, you alter the atmosphere. Every time you act from love instead of fear, you shift the balance of realms. You are not here to chase success. You are here to awaken generations. Purpose is not comfort. It is command. And when you accept it, the universe begins to rearrange in your favor. Doors open that logic cannot explain. People appear who carry keys to your next level. Resources align to vision. Because purpose is magnetic. It pulls everything meant for you closer. Your job is not to chase. Your job is to become. The moment you embody the mission manifests through you. You are not the student anymore. You are the signal. You are the bridge. You are the prophecy walking. Stand tall. The purpose has been unveiled. Now it must be lived. The universe moves like a living organism. Everything in motion responds to frequency. When you rise, worlds adjust. When you align, heaven synchronizes. This is the divine alignment. Nothing happens by chance. Every connection is coded. Every encounter carries energy exchange. You feel it, the pull towards certain places, certain people, certain moments. That is destiny rearranging your coordinates. Stop forcing. Start flowing. Because when you are aligned, effort turns into effortless motion. Opportunities recognize you before introductions. Rooms shift when you walk in. Peace follows you like a shadow. You no longer chase signs, you become one. Alignment is not about perfection. It is about precision. It means every part of your being, mind, heart, spirit, moves in rhythm with heaven's pulse. That is why old habits crumble. That is why relationships fade. You are not losing stability, you are losing friction. The divine alignment removes everything that no longer vibrates at your frequency. It is heaven cleaning the channel. When you finally surrender control, the flow reveals its beauty. Suddenly, the right message finds you. The right faces appear. The right timing unfolds. You realize destiny was never something to chase. It was something to remember. You are part of a larger design. Every step, every silence, every surrender, all of it written in the same cosmic pattern. The divine alignment is not just happening to you. It is happening through you. You are the instrument. You are the frequency. You are the alignment. Let heaven play through you. Let the light find its sound. This is no longer waiting season. It is convergence season. Everything once delayed is now catching up. Everything once scattered is now forming shape. Stay still inside. Move boldly outside. Heaven has synced your timeline. You have walked through fire. You have stood in silence. You have faced shadows and survived storms. Now you see. Now you understand. You were never cursed. You were chosen. Every scar is proof of covenant. Every heartbeat is prophecy. You carry the light of countless generations. You are the continuation of a promise older than time. The world tried to bury you in fear. Heaven planted you in faith. And now the harvest begins. Rise, earth angel. Your season of hiding is over. Your presence is required. The time for smallness has ended. The time for remembrance has come. You are not here to escape the darkness. You are here to end it. Let your words become weapons of peace. Let your heart remain pure in chaos. Let your gaze remind others that heaven is still near. You are the proof that light cannot be extinguished. You are the message the world forgot it needed. If this truth vibrates in your spirit, type 77 in the comments. Let heaven count the awakened. Let darkness witness your return. Subscribe if your soul recognizes this voice, because this is not the end of a video. This is the beginning of your mission. Walk as one who knows. Speak as one who remembers. Shine as one who has already won. You were chosen. You are ready. Now go.